Would you spend more money than you have? Probably not. You manage your money to make sure you don't go bankrupt. Cost management is a similar concept and one of the most critical aspects of project management. It involves knowing, regulating, forecasting, and administering the cost of a project at every stage of that project. It requires intimate knowledge of the project budget so that cost does not overrun budget at any point. Cost management should ensure you don't spend more money than what was budgeted for a project. Consider purchasing a deli sandwich. You are told the cost of the sandwich is $8, but on completion, you are informed that making the sandwich actually costs $20. So now you're in a quandary. You weren't informed prior to purchase that the cost would overrun. There are several options. You pay the $20 with your credit card, but are extremely dissatisfied. You refuse to pay the $20 on the basis that you were misinformed, or you attempt to reduce the cost of the sandwich. Either way, the experience is a negative one, and it is more than likely that you will never revisit the deli. Essentially, if you don't focus on cost and manage cost throughout the project, you risk the project overrunning the budget. This jeopardizes project quality, customer satisfaction, or it could cause the entire project to fail. The first step in managing cost is estimating the cost of a project. The cost estimate is imperative before starting a project in order to ensure that project budgets can be adhered to. First, you must understand in detail what the project is required to do. This is typically referred to as project specifications, what the project does and how it does it. The project specifications are necessary in order to estimate how many resources, such as team members, time, software, hardware, etc., the project requires. These resources make up the majority of the cost of the project. Say, during the course of documenting the specifications, you discover that the customer requires the project to be geo-redundant, meaning that a full-scale replica of the project must exist in an entirely separate location. This immediately adds significant additional project spend that would have been unforeseen without documenting specifications. Next, look at estimates. A good approach in determining the cost estimate is to glean information from historical projects. Identify similar tasks, activities, resources, and base project cost estimates on these projects. This ensures that your costs are based on real data from previous projects. It also allows for your costs to be fully transparent and trustworthy. For instance, if your current project requires 500 software architect hours, estimate costs based on previous recent projects that included software architect man-hours. Once project budget specifications and cost estimates are finalized, you must create a process whereby project costs will be controlled and monitored throughout the project. This involves managing all money that is spent on the project, reviewing all changes that occur on a project, determining whether there is an impact on cost, decision strategies regarding cost changes, and a communication strategy with project stakeholders so that cost changes are agreed upon and budget impact is minimized. This communication strategy will encourage cost transparency, providing a single view of all cost-related activities and budget to all project stakeholders. Project stakeholders are who is informed of what and when. The cost management strategy should be a live document that can change when comparing actuals to estimates. Depending on the size of the project, cost management can be complex, laborious, and time-consuming. Fortunately, there is a plethora of cost management packages and apps available. The challenge is finding one that suits your needs, or indeed, determining whether you need software to do the job at all. Price, ease of use, and suitability are all important determining factors when choosing cost management software. Is an expensive enterprise-scale software package necessary for a small-scale project with a low budget? Similarly, is complex, feature-rich cost management software really needed for a straightforward project that merely requires man-hours? There are important features to look for in cost management software. 1. Look for budgeting and forecasting features. The software should be able to manage budget and cost, identify trends, track cost against budget, and compare budget with actual spend. Secondly, consider project performance metrics. Cost management software should monitor management of the project, ensure the schedule is being obeyed, and that project and resource performance is as expected. Estimating capabilities are important in cost management software. The software should be able to easily estimate costs based on a variety of factors, such as man-hours, rates, currencies, and be able to base estimates on actual historical projects. Consider the reporting options features. The software should provide real-time statistics, executive reports, and granular reports at a stage/task/resource level. Finally, is the software simple and easy to use? If the software is too complex, user error is more likely and also increases the chance that it will not be used. It may be the case that you do not need to purchase cost management software, or you may not have a sufficient budget to use cost management software for a project. In this case, you will have to rely on manual cost management. This typically involves using spreadsheets to perform as many of the cost management features that software packages offer as you can. A significant risk of this approach is that it is more prone to user error. However, this risk must be weighed up against the most obvious benefit of manual cost management, which is avoiding the software cost. Cost management is a critical part of project management. The key is ensuring the budget is not overrun. This is done by strict management of cost, regulating, forecasting, administering, and communication. If cost is not actively managed constantly through a project, you risk failure of that project. Cost estimate is essential in order to accurately control costs. The most accurate and transparent data available on which to base estimates is historical data from actual projects in the recent past. Cost management software that is easy to use can help with budgeting, estimating, and reporting project details. Manual cost management can be completed for small projects or when funds are not available to purchase software.